What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and I am back to cover the Druid for Season 9 on my channel as well as Mobalytics, and it is shaping up to be a pretty exciting season for the Druid so far. Now, this video is going to be pretty short because it is just a leveling build video, and this is a pretty standard build I've made for several seasons now, and the season's already kicked off, so I want to jump in as soon as I can and begin live streaming the brand new season as I level up with this Pulverize build in hardcore into the mid game and in game, which I have both of those builds available on my Mobalytics profile, and the link to that will be down in the description of this video, and I will be making a follow-up video for the in-game setup as well. But like I said, we're going to be keeping this video short, so we're going to be using Pulverize for our main damage dealing skill, and we have Cataclysm for our ultimate only for the early game because we can overpower Cataclysm with provocation and kill single targets pretty fast, and that's one of the things that can be a little bit difficult with Pulverize as you're leveling with this build. And then down here, we're picking up the blood boiling aspect, which is personally my favorite Pulverize aspect. I hope at some point in time they buff this thing like crazy because it is so much fun to play with. However, I will go ahead and mention that if you are new to this build, this aspect starts to fall off around Torment 2, and you should be building into your mid-game setup by then, so I wouldn't really worry about it. Just be sure that when you do start to see the damage fall off, go ahead and swap out of this and start going into whatever build you're choosing for the Druid class as you approach the end game. Now for the seasonal mechanic, our Herodric spells, we're going to be going for the Celestial Surge spell first, and I will be testing all of the spells, but this is the one that looks the most appealing to me. Then we're going Corrosive Vapor for the extra poisoning, then Gleaming Conduit because it's going to give us that increased size of our Herodric spell. Then we're going Bloody Charm just for the execute of non-boss enemies, and then Reactive Ooze to give us a little bit of resource generation because resource management is one of the aspects of the build that is a bit weaker but is alleviated later on, so we're definitely going to be picking up a little bit more here because it's going to help you scale this build a little bit faster into the mid and end game. Now, like I said, I will be testing all of the Herodric spells, so if I like one better, I will update this build as well as the mid-game and in-game version of our Pulverize build this season, so be on the lookout for that, and I will be incorporating those changes into the in-game version of this build if I do make any whatsoever. Now for the skill tree, it's pretty much the same from Season 8, but if you're looking for a point-by-point allocation path, go ahead and click on this slider up here called the Leveling Path in Mobalytics, and it will bring this drop-down table, which will show you how I put my points into the build every step of the way. And then last but not least, do not forget to pick up your Mercenary early on, and I like to go with Rahir early on because he has that nice passive that gives us extra resistances, and do remember they extended the resistance cap this season, so you'll need a little bit more resistance to reach caps, but that's a good thing because more damage reduction will always be better than less. Now again, I do want to remind you to go ahead and pick up your Herodric spells as soon as possible by completing the seasonal quest line. And please don't forget your Mercenary. I know we just went over it, but I do it myself. I forget to pick up the Mercenary all the time, and it is a big part of the build, especially if you like to solo. But that's really it for the video, and I will be making my Leveling Lightning Storm video right after this. But again, if you're interested in any of my builds, and I have a ton of in-game builds as well, go ahead down to the description of this video and click on the link to my Mobalytics profile, and it will take you directly to all of my builds I've made so far for this season. But as always, guys, I really appreciate you for watching this video, and if you've enjoyed it, please leave a like and a subscribe possibly because it helps my channel grow. And with that being said, I look forward to seeing you guys in Sanctuary as we tear through all of the new interesting content that the Diablo 4 devs have brought to the game this season. But with that being said, I hope you're having a great day or a great night, depending on wherever you're from, and peace out, guys. I will see you in the next one.